Sorry about that, guys. All right. All right, guys. How about now? Somebody give me a message in the chat. Make sure you guys can see me and hear me. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I think I figured out the problem. So it won't happen again. Shouldn't happen again. When I schedule them, it doesn't pick up the mic, which is very strange. So we'll see. Awesome. So it's not as bad as it could be for the indices. I mean, we were down 100 points yesterday. I mean, granted, the market hasn't opened yet, but individual names are getting wrecked. But the RSI is going to come to a point where it's so low today that I believe buyers will step in. So it's not it's not a signal to buy. It's a signal to sit and wait and be patient. But I don't, people are screaming for a limit down. I don't think we're anywhere near a limit down. I don't think we lose 7% today. So levels don't matter. You can throw them out of the window for today and probably today only. Yeah, you got Apple bouncing around 153. Already got a little pop. Tesla down at I drew these levels a long time ago. When did I draw this? Probably sometime mid last year, but it came to the bottom of the channel. If you watched the last couple of videos, I said it had a good chance to revisit, the bottom of this trend line, which it touched 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So maybe it is technical, maybe it isn't. Kind of just have to wait and see what sellers do. If they panic sell and hit the sell button, then yeah, we can sink. But I don't see tremendous selling. We already had that. We had that yesterday. It's almost like someone knew this was coming. It was a very swift sell, very intentional yesterday towards close. I think it started maybe around 11 Pacific, 11:30, but it was very intentional. It was very quick. So Again, not an endorsement to buy, but not an endorsement to panic either. One indice I never look at, which I need to start looking at, is the NASDAQ. Features. What's the NASDAQ sticker? What is the NASDAQ sticker? I mean, not NASDAQ. I'm sorry, Dow. What's the futures one? DJI, I think. Let's see, DJI. Yeah, DJI. Yep. There'll be a bounce. If I had to guess, today would be it's a poor guess, but maybe an inside bar. Like yesterday was really, really just a sharp move. Is it NW? No, NW is not a ticker. But let's start looking at potential levels on some of these things if they do sell off. Where are we at with Apple? Apple, we know. This is like doomsday scenario stuff. 148 would have to hold on Apple. Let's just write them down. Doomsday. And I don't think any of these happen. 148. I think Tesla can't lose 700 this week. 700 is really tricky. You lose 700, and I think 550 is where it ends up. Right down here, this candle right here. This is when the impulsive move really started. Oh yeah, NQ. Yeah, my bad. I knew NQ. I meant Dow. Like it can't. It can lose 700, but losing 700, I think eventually slips it down to 550, which is the absolute bottom. Tesla hits 550, and I think a significant amount of my money goes into Tesla options. I don't buy shares of anything really, but that's the region that Tesla can't lose from 550 up to 7. Facebook, I've screamed 190 for 3 weeks now, whatever earnings was. So yeah, 2 weeks. And I think 190 must hold. 190 doesn't hold. We're going 140. You gotta look where the impulsive moves are, and look where buyers came in, and you just have to start thinking where they start getting nervous, where they start selling. There's no pattern here. It's really just vertical. So if you bought at 150, you start getting nervous when you start seeing it. You've already sold off from 300, so you watched your profits go to the wayside. And again, these aren't scenarios I think play out, to be honest. Not off this. I don't think this is as big as people make it seem. I think it'll be casualty is obviously a big thing, but I think in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it'll last long. But look how all this stuff bounced off the zones. 0.5 golden pocket, especially on the daily here. This was all technical. Where were we at not playing the golden pocket bounce, huh? Bounced right off of it. Blew past every fib level. 0.38 to 0.236. back at 0. Now it's headed to the opposite side. Let's see. Throw some tickers out there. What are you guys watching? What do you think? I hate the word value, but there will be stuff on sale. Disney back to 140. I don't know. We got 10 minutes. We'll see what happens right at open. Bear flag playing out on IWM. So let's see. IWM is on the cusp of breaking bear. So I'll redraw this. It's your flagpole. Flag. And we're opening up right here, right where it can break bear. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Does it completely flush? Does everyone load puts and they run the market the opposite way? Is there anything green right now? Nothing, huh? Just the VIX. Coin for run up into ER later. Let's see. Let's look at coin. I think no matter what happens with any ER or any earnings play right now, because of market conditions, these things are going to sink. We'll look at Bitcoin next, but you see it broke the downtrend on the daily. So it was approaching a daily trend change, right? Wrong tool. You got a daily trend change, popped over, couldn't quite make it, came back to retest, tried it again. And again, these are just overall market conditions not allowing it to run to the upside. I bet puts are priced in. The premium is crazy. So what are you thinking? Of course, mRNA is green, Sean, right? With earnings coming up. Julia, what were you thinking for earnings? I think just based off market conditions, I don't know if it can go up. And you have Bitcoin looking pretty bad, 35,000. So Julia, let me know what side you're leaning towards. A premium's going to be jacked on both sides regardless. So you'd have to get something deep out of the money, no matter which direction you choose. mRNA is big green, 6%. You're thinking a call to the end of the day. Well, let's look at I'll get back to mRNA in a minute. It's disgusting. Coin on the 15-minute time frame. Calls are very dangerous to buy right now. But let's see if you're going to do it. You've got something. Maybe it's a wedge. Is it a falling wedge? I love when you guys give me tickers and I can draw. It's not a bad wedge, to be honest, Julia. Where's it going to open up? Oh, no. No, it's an awful wedge. Never mind. Take it back. We're going to open up way down here. So unless you're looking for a gap fill, I don't know. Mr. Paper Hands is top priority right now. Was looking at V up next to short play. Lost the ADMA, can't hold the 200. All right, let's look at V. Well, this was a good wedge prior to last night's events. This might not have been bad to day trade on the 15, because eventually this pattern plays out under normal circumstances. You get something like that under normal circumstances. But giving up 8% pre-market is not a good sign. So let's look at V. I'm sorry, Mr. Paper Hands. I'm 3 minutes late to your play. This cost me yesterday. Cost both of us. Big exit volume here on V. 5 and 15 minute. A little pop on the 5. Little pop on the 5. Oh, it was yesterday at close. I typically don't keep live. It's about to open now. I won't turn it on now, but where's it at? 200? Oh yeah. Where are you gonna short this, Mr. Paper Hands? Look at this gap. It's gonna open up here. You gonna short it sub 200? Danny says Tesla may lose 700 today. I think we have to wait. I think if it does lose 700, you see a lot of panic selling. A lot of people got in here on this candle, 650. Right? If you got in here, how much pain can you endure? I think trading is really about how much pain can investors endure. Yeah, I didn't see the pre-market levels either, Mr. Paper Hands. It looked incredible prior to 7% sell-off pre-market. Yeah, we should have got in yesterday. I'm gonna start coming to Mr. Paper Hands for plays because he looks at names. Oof, Tesla's losing 700. So I think when the bell rings initially, we're gonna get a good push down. It's gonna be a lot of selling, and the recovery and how quickly it happens is what's gonna make the difference. That's where we're gonna see what people are made of. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up while we're waiting for the bell to ring in 2 minutes, if you guys can. Hit the share tab. Send it to your grandmother's phone, your parents' phone. And while they're asleep, open up the YouTube app. Get some more people in here. Let me make sure my sound is off. Cool. Probably hang around for the first 30 minutes or so. Then it's the usual routine here in very cold California. Get the kid ready for school. Head over to school, come back, get in front of screens, watch people panic. RSI is something I will be watching for the rest of this week. I mean, you guys know I typically don't care much about RSI. Really only to the upside. I think when things are oversold, they do matter. Because as far as I know, I think you can only go to... Oh, no, you can't go to... You can go past 0. Oh, this is news to me. Oof. Oh, I didn't know the RSI could go below 0. Jesus. How much time do we have? Now. Mr. Have At It, I am not taking any trades. I haven't taken a trade in a very long time. I had some long swing, not long swings, some SPX stuff that I took. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so here's the flush, or not flush, but here's the sell. Trapped under the 15-minute ADMA. We have wicks. Let me turn some volume on. 15-minute. Tesla knows it can't really lose 700. Facebook 190 holding so far. I'm actually just going to take Netflix off because I'm not trading Netflix until this summer. mRNA big green, 6% on the day. VIX is, if you're bull, you just want to see the VIX start creeping down. VIX trades the same way. You want to see the VIX under the ADMA and just slowly fill this gap if you're bull. If you're bear, you want to see this thing at 45. Yeah. So we're bouncing. Bouncing hard. Over the ADMA, 15-minute. The sell didn't last very long. Cage, if you're listening, this is what I meant yesterday when I said, you know, you can hold these. I'll talk about it offline. I'll text you after this. And we just have to be patient. Let me open up the chain though. I will look at options premium. Hey, Mr. Paperhands, Airbnb is at 143. Just as a friendly reminder, those 160s would be 17 points in the money. Híjole, my goodness. They were 179 when you looked at them, I think. Casual 1000% play. He's typing now. I'm sorry, dude. Oh man, I don't know if I can live that one down. It was just too perfect. It was perfect. At least to the end of the week, I got to give you shit about it. Casual 17 bucks. It's a good bounce. This is the reaction that I expected. Not initially. I thought there was going to be a flush, and maybe it still comes, but you know, when everyone loads puts, market tends to do the opposite. But it has to hold though too. VIX is coming down a lot. I took the window down. Hold on. Are you guys chopper? K-Bar, what's up, man? Hubs, what's going on? Hubs, did you miss my my BMI post yesterday in the chat? I know you're a big fitness guy. 22% body fat. K-Bar says he thinks it makes sense to start layering in TQQ shares here. I've never played TQQQ. That's the one that's inverse, right? Inverse the Qs. Oh, it's not sticking. So ultimately, this is an hourly bear flag. Can't lose the lows. Can't lose 41. Oh, it's bull. Okay. 3 times bull. Jeez Louise. TQQQ is 3 times bear. 3 times bull. QQQ. Interesting. And what's the other one? What's the short version of that? I'm sure you guys will get back to me. How many points are we down? 88. SQQQ. That's right. Thank you, K-Bar. What's BA doing? I'm always curious to see. That's a lie. I'm never curious to see. But kind of just floating in no man's land. Are you guys familiar with the abandoned baby setup? Let me see if I can find the abandoned baby setup. Abandoned baby pattern. That's what I think. That's what BA looks like. Let's see. What do I have set up here? Secondary display. Perfect. Okay, cool. So BA looks like it wants to do this, right? I think there are a lot of names that may set up the abandoned baby. So you got the gap down on the big red candle, followed by some bullish big candles after that. So, oh, but hell, might fill a gap. Interesting. Adderall and coffee for the win. All right, let's see. Pretty mild reaction, but this is like I didn't expect doom and gloom. Boy, you guys should have read the Discord last night. I had to go to bed. I was like, man, these guys are talking about limit downs. Goodness gracious. It's not, it's not 911 here. Yeah. I think the next time we get limit down is when the aliens come. It's a Black Swan event or the first spaceship that touches down. That'll get us a limit down. That's uncertainty. We knew this was coming. You get limit downs on the economy shutting down on based off of, COVID or, 9/11, stuff like that. You don't get a limit down because international conflict that honestly, I truly believe will not last long. Got the dog waking up. He's huge, by the way. I don't know if Miggs is in here, but I wish somebody would have told me. This guy's a beast. He's a bear. The only Black Swan is the one on Netflix. That's right. That's right. Like, it's really hard. Like, think about 7%. Think about 7% of $4,000. Like, do you know how hard? Do you know the event that has to happen in order to lose 7% on SPX? That's a lot of points. That's almost 300 points. Apple's 155. Cage, I hope you held. K-Bar's Costco's recovering nicely. This is a very well-tempered reaction. COVID was special in a way because bonds and forex markets were tanking as well. Yeah. I don't think we'll see a COVID-like event for a long time. A long time. 190. I have a buddy who works at Facebook. Salaries at Facebook are insane, by the way, for executives. They start at like 450K. Like absurd amount of money. And they're all freaking out. I would watch BA on the daily here. If it closes like this, look for that abandoned baby setup. If you get one big day after this gap down, you could almost play something to 200. And I never play BA. You guys know me. And it's not in my wheelhouse. Excuse me, sorry. Allergies. I'll keep an eye on the VIX today. We're creeping down again. Again, if you're bull, you want to see this come all the way down. Let's watch it on the hourly. Lost the ADMA. Looking for the gap fill. I don't have any flow services anymore, K-Bar. I got rid of Unusual Whale. I bought the yearly subscription last year, and then I just gave the login to Solo, and he was using it. Flow is different. Like it's weird. Like I've showed up on Unusual Flow, activity before, and this is for like a day trade, so it can be a little represented. Oh, Flow the ticker. Sorry. My bad. What the hell is this? How do you guys find this stuff? What is this, K-Bar? Give everybody a description. I can't play it. Like I almost got a seizure looking at the wicks. Look at this. No, I can't do this. Looks like fake out breakout land. Hold on one second. Let me get the dog out. Oh boy. Sit. The behemoth is out. SPX Flow is the name. It's industrials apparently. I'll have to do more. You can't do that here. Stop. I'll have to do more research on that. Zoom out. Okay. Okay, it goes back pretty far. But it looks flat. How do you trade this? What's the range? There's no volatility and no volume. Hey, dude. Can't you see I'm working? Stop. This guy has his own room. Comes and sits next to me. For 3 months, though, it hasn't done anything. K-Bar, it stayed between 86 and 84. Oh, Tesla volume. Yes. Big Tesla volume. Have at it. The problem is premium. Puts are at the money. Puts are 20 bucks. At the money calls are 22. They're pricing it like it's gonna move up. Like what? But what do you play with Tesla? 760s. Like what's realistic that you're not gonna blow your account trying to play it? I don't. Just a little tip. I don't think playing Tesla on a recovery day is a name you want to play. The premium is too expensive. Very expensive. Hey man, come on, seriously? What are you gonna buy? You're gonna buy 800s? That's a nice lotto, I guess. It's actually a very nice lotto. Yeah. Actually, it is a good lotto. Opened at 50 cents and it's now 270, 280. Yeah, that's actually not a bad lotto. I've been saying the exact same thing. No one's paying attention. This isn't COVID. Yeah, exactly. And conflict war is nothing new. Yeah. If Tesla fills this gap, boy, watch out. 760 is the gap fill. Give me 1 second. All right, let me see. I have at is itching to play something. Let me see. Let me see what I can find. Overstock is pushing. Look at Tesla go though. You're right. Have at it. Calls wouldn't be cheaper if they're pricing in people buying the dip. Hubs. DWAC. I think this eventually fills the gap too, on small time frames and big. I'm gonna look at the options change for DWAC because I think 100 is possible when this market settles down. Look where it sold off, right? Hold on. So right at 100, I would look for this gap fill. You know, we're right at the 80 MA, and I think if it gets above the 80 MA, it can get some momentum. So let me type that in. DWAC. I've got another 10 to 12 minutes before I got to get off. Let's see. Let's go 2 weeks out, March 11th. March 11th, $100 calls are priced at $350. So widespread though. You can probably get filled at. It's a dollar wide spread. You can probably get filled at 330, maybe 315. And with 2 weeks, I don't think that's unrealistic. I may throw that in option in members pick as an homage to Donnie. Let's see. You got a gap on the hourly. That's begging to be filled. I like this. Who said this? Let me go back and see. I got to give you credit. K-Bar, this is a good chart. Only with shares? Well, yeah, you can play only shares, but also, again, just define your risk. Define your risk. If you almost have to play them as lottos. If you commit a certain portion of capital that you're willing to, lose. I know it sounds crazy, but if you buy the 100 and it blows past 100, it's to 110. I mean, the risk to reward is. I think the risk to reward is there on the 100, like right now. If you get the March 11th $100 call, it's 350. So, and small, like you really have to be cognizant of your position size. I'm okay, losing lottos. Like I've really conditioned my entire brain to be comfortable with letting lottos go to zero. But it takes work. So they're pricing in buying the dip, and they're pricing in SPY 400. Rigged the game, if you ask me. Yeah, I read something. Boy, look at SPX go, huh? Sucks if you bought puts thinking we were gonna flush. Jeez. I read somewhere that the market is very well hedged in both directions. They're preparing for a crash, and that's why I said yesterday on Trading Floor that war was priced in. This isn't a surprise. This wasn't a sneak attack. Putin literally gave everyone a 2-week notice. So this. And yesterday let me know, like yesterday's close let me know that's like they knew an attack was imminent. They knew an attack was coming because the selling was just so it was very sharp. You very rarely see that type of movement. And they needed 2 hours to do it. They normally do it closer to close. This one started much earlier. $4.50 on SPX. I'm telling you, I said it yesterday. Whenever the trending market comes back, it's going to be so massive. You're not going to believe it. We're all going to miss the first 10 or 15% of it because we're not going to have any trust. And then when we find out it's real, it's going to be a different story. It's whole port time. Not now. Just so no way chops that sound bit up. But there will be a point where a significant amount of my money will be in the market. Where's Warwick been? Where's he at? Go back to the Discord. Jump to present. All right, so let's pull a fib. We'll pull an hourly because you guys know I love the hourly. This was yesterday. Let's map some things out. Oh, well, look at that. Golden pocket lines up with some resistance. I think 4,200 is going to rip a lot of people's faces off. What is this dog doing? 4,200 is going to make people melt. They're going to be furious. They bought puts. They thought the world was in conflict. Well, going to end. Look at this volume. This volume does not say that. There was a valuable lesson learned overnight. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to look at 42.75s. Oh, they're too expensive because it's not 0 days. Nah, never mind. And I didn't mean 42.75s. I meant 41.75. Nah, I can't play those. So they're $37. What's SPY look like? Ooh, SPY goes positive today. Ooh, if SPY goes positive. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah. Today can be a good day for quick scalps. Volatility gives a lot of opportunities. You are absolutely right, Danny. You are 100% right. If you can find... This is when patterns play out on 15 and 5 minute time frames. ADMAs matter. Candle structure, higher highs, higher lows. All that stuff really comes into play on days like this. You're absolutely right, Danny. Volatility gives tons of opportunity. This is what we have been looking for. What is he doing? This is what we've been looking for 2 or 3 weeks. Some type of liquidity. We need something to play. What was this candle here? This was yesterday at 1. No, we're above the ADMA. Got big upper wicks though, but a ton of volume. Look at the volume. I always say it. Pay attention to the volume. This dwarfs all the previous volume. This is the liquidity. This is the volume that we needed. I think we see 41.75 today. And if they're feeling lucky and bless us, I think 42 isn't out of the question either. Not an endorsement to go buy calls. I'm not saying go out buy SPY 420. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying the volume can carry us and kind of just do this right into resistance. You start looking at psychological numbers. We were at 4,000. Now we're at 41.50. Next stop would be 41.75, 4,200, so on and so on. It's a good learning day too. Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla. Good Lord. That gap's going to get filled. Doom and gloom, they told me. Limit down, they said. Anything but. Look at this volume on the hourly. Supersedes the last bear volume. Premium is jacked. What do? You gotta watch. All right, guys. I got 2 minutes now to make the little one some breakfast, get him dressed, walk to school. This was fun. This was like yesterday. Glad to be back to doing these. Just watch the psychological levels. SPY 415, QQQ 330. If we can close somewhere around 41.75, SPX. Hold on 1 second here. What levels do I have? Nothing. Yeah, I said the levels were out the window. Yeah, it still applies. If we cut this in half, we can just be down. If we can close down 30, I think tomorrow's a really big bull day. But market just opened. We have 6 more hours, so don't do anything crazy, guys. If anything crazy does happen, I'll hop back on sometime after 8 Pacific. Or maybe I'll just come back on and shoot the shit with you guys. But I'm not taking any trades in this. Premium is jacked. Might scalp. I've been scalping. Haven't been scalping a ton, but it's been some. No real trades. Nothing with significance. Just to stay sharp. And yeah, don't do anything crazy. I'll see you guys soon.